Whoa!
Good evening, everyone. This is Malty from the GCA. We are going to be doing a spoiler-free review of Gooding. This is going to be at first blush, our first takeaways from it. I have read it twice already. Got cover B because look at this artwork. Speaking of artwork, good gracious. A lot of faces in this, and they're all done so well. One thing that we have to do here at the GCA is we pride ourselves on being honest. And if I'm going to be honest, I look damn good as a woman. Look at that. Would you? All right, but on serious topic, we're here to talk about something else, and that is the new release from the Rippaverse. It's Gooding The Polymath. So let's start off with, what were your expectations? I can only speak for myself. I don't know what your expectations were. My expectations were it was going to be a fully realized episode, the same way that Alpha Core, the same way that Yair, the same way that Isom, those books are. It's not. It's basically a setup. It's a prologue, in essence, to the character of Cato Gooding. I think that's a very ballsy move, and one that could pay off huge, and one that could just completely sink the ship for this character. In my own opinion, I don't think it did enough to keep people to keep me invested. I'm invested because I like the whole universe, but this specific character, I mean, I'll catch it on a rebuy when it's on sale. Now, the character of Cato Gooding himself, well, I don't want to get into spoilers, so I'm not going to go through the whole story, but it does show how he grows up and matures as an individual, and how he gets to the point where he is by the end of it. So it does take you through a whole lot, but it feels like, even in the storyline, it feels like it takes a long time for things to progress. Feels like he puts up with a whole lot of crap before he ever takes action. Don't know if that's a character trait that was meant to be portrayed that way. And like I said, there's so much stuff that could be on the horizon for this character. I just didn't see it in this one. So whether or not people are going to keep showing up, or if it's all just a blue ball cock tease, I don't know. Does it set up some questions? Yes. Does it do it in a fresh way? I felt it was a bit lacking. I felt like the writing was lacking. And yes, I am basically reviewing this from a critical standpoint. The artwork is absolutely beautiful. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of the panels, and it's focusing on characters' faces and emotions, and that's a lot harder to animate and draw than having like a full set piece. We're only setting on one thing. It was like, well, every panel is someone discussing something and showing their emotions. It's a very emotional story that is going on within this book. I just don't feel like it really gets anywhere. I think the villains' motivations are they're just paper thin. They're bacon paper, in my opinion. I don't think there's true motivations for it. I really don't feel like the characters are fleshed out in any sort of way that has depth. It's all just like so expositionally written, and I still think, even with all that exposition, that there's just not that much depth. And I know this is a different writer, but I do have to harken back to the ones that are in the Isomverse that I have read and enjoyed, and there's just so much more to glean after 3-4 read-throughs. I'm sorry, I think it missed the mark completely. I I just think it missed the mark. The artwork is beautiful. It really is. There could have been, I feel like this could have been so much more, but it's just not. And that's sad. Like, not everything's going to be a hit. Sometimes you miss, but you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and they took a shot. So you got to respect that. At least I respect it. And if you don't, then you're a closed-minded prick. But the basic way that I can sum this up without going into story at all, because it's completely spoiler free, it felt like 60 pages of a montage of the first scene of a movie. And nothing more, nothing less. This is Malty from the GCA. Hail the Rippaverse. Keep at it, brother. And sisters.